What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Mavericks. Now, in their series against the Warriors, they weren't the best version of themselves, of course. I think that the Warriors just defended them really well, especially Luka. Luka was not nearly the playoff star that we usually see him as in that series, and let me just pull that stuff up right now. So let's just get into it. I just want to talk about how they could improve from this, but more so my expectations for them this season. I don't think that they're going to be nearly as good, but again, we're going to talk about that. Well, his stats do suggest he's a 32 point per game scorer. Don't get me wrong, that's so solid, but he's averaging 6 assists, which is really good. But putting it into context, 2.8 assists is too low for an assist percentage or for assist number like that. We have a not really efficient score. I think he shot two. I think he shot twos a little bit better, but 3 pointers and just overall field goal percentage, it wasn't really as good. And we could even just look at the other games from this season or from this postseason. He scored a little bit less points, and he was just wildly more efficient. And he had the same essentially field goal, or not field goal, but assist to turnover ratio. So I think that that's what we're gonna be looking at for right now. Luka Doncic is, I think he's probably gonna be an MVP candidate, depending on how well they do. Now, I think I've already spoke about this a lot, but I don't think that these guys are going to be a top five or even maybe even a top six team in the East or in the West. We just got too many teams over here. We got the Warriors, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves, we got the Denver Nuggets, Memphis Grizzlies, we have the New Orleans Pelicans, we have the Los Angeles Clippers, we have the Phoenix Suns. These are all 7 teams that could already just compete for the top 7. We throw in the Dallas Mavericks, that's already 8 teams. One or two of these teams are going to get bumped to the play-in tournament. And if I were to just shoot the shot right now, I think it's going to be Dallas and Minnesota. I don't think that the other teams just. I think that the other teams are just a lot more talented. However, I do think that some of these teams could suffer from injuries. Let's say. I think that these specific teams could probably just suffer from injuries. I think the other teams are a lot more durable. We've seen the Denver Nuggets just go through the regular season with just Nikola Jokic, and now they're gonna get 2 of their stars back. So yeah. Also, one more thing. This is probably going to be a short, but Kawhi Leonard is apparently really great. He's looking really great for what he has been for the last 500 days before he's played an NBA game. So just look out for that. Training camp is already starting, so I'm probably going to upload a little bit more consistently. So yeah. But back to the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know why I said Denver Nuggets. I think that this team just doesn't have enough. We have a guy like Jalen Brunson, for example, who was able to carry a lot of the offensive load when Luka Doncic wasn't there. Now he's going to be replaced by Spencer Dinwiddie, who he was carrying up his own load. Don't get me wrong. Also, pause. But the problem with Spencer Dinwiddie just taking up all that responsibility is that he's essentially going to have to create a lot more for the other people on this team. But not only that, he has to just provide a lot more rim pressure. And I'm not sure if he could do that consistently, especially as after what we've seen in the playoffs last year. I think that what they need from Jalen Brunson, which was his rim pressure, his very craftiness around the rim, I think that they really may struggle from that. So yeah. And even then, I think that Jalen Brunson was a solid playmaker. I think that Spencer Dinwiddie is a better playmaker, I think, but it's still really tough for a guy who's able to get to the rim that fast, especially when he's a really good rim shooter, for him to just not be there anymore and not have those playmaking opportunities. So yeah. But don't get me wrong, they still have Luka Doncic, they still have Spencer Dinwiddie, and now, and pretty much the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I actually never talked about the Christian Wood trade. I don't think I ever talked about the Christian Wood trade at all, and it was actually one of my more excited trades. So I think you guys are already on record for me, or at least on my Instagram page. I'm already a really big fan of Christian Wood. I think that he should have been traded a little bit earlier, especially when we look at how the Houston Rockets are building themselves. They probably just need to look for a little bit more of a younger core and Christian Wood is what 26 right now. He's a little bit younger than Giannis, so I think that. Ooh, what the heck is that? Excuse me, something just happened. But I think that Christian Wood is definitely just a solid pick for this team. He's a really good rim runner. He's a really good screener. I Rusty Bucket said this. He's kind of like Anthony Davis, but a bit better of a shooter. And at this point, he's wildly better as a shooter. Don't get that wrong. But I think that that's really the case with Christian Wood. He's just not the biggest guy out there, at least frame wise. I think that he's really tall, but again, this guy was hopping from team to team. Not his fault though. It's because he just didn't get the opportunity. Again, he was always like this guy. We look at the per 36 is up here actually. The per 36 stats, they've always applied that he was just him since Milwaukee, since New Orleans even. And especially after the Dallas series, well, not Dallas series, his last stint with the Detroit Pistons, we knew that he was going to be a stud, but I don't know why he didn't get signed. So, yeah. Now, as for what I think about this team in general, I think that they still lack. Well, actually, I was going to say that they lack in the five, but I think that JaVale McGee is honestly a really solid backup big. Who's else? Oh my God, they got a lot of people on the roster. Also, Dorian Finney-Smith. This is something I talked about yesterday or the day before, but he is a top 100 player. No ifs, ands, or buts. Some of those players were not better than Dorian Finney-Smith. I don't think that the gap between Dorian Finney-Smith and Tyler Hero is really that big. So, yeah. Now, looking at the rest of the roster, I think that this team. All right, if I were to really predict where this team was going to be, they're probably going to be the 6th, 7th seed. If I were to say how good they're going to be, I think that their stats are going to be better on paper than what a lot of people suggest. I think that this team is going to be a lot better than people suggest. Even what I'm saying, I don't think that they're going to be the best team in the West, but I think that they could still surprise me. Christian Wood is a very underrated pickup, and I think that not enough people are talking about it. But I think that they still lack in a lot of things when it comes to just perimeter ball handling. Again, rim pressure. I think that. Let me look at his ISO stats. Actually, well, not his ISO stats, but how much of his stuff is getting assisted on. Oh, I can wait. It should be around here. I don't know. Is it advanced? I can't find it, but I'll just talk over it. So, right now, as we see, Christian Wood is just like as good as a player, a big four that this team needed. I think that he's probably gonna fit a lot better along Luka than Kristaps Porzingis because Kristaps Porzingis was kind of a weird fit around Luka. He's kind of a big guy who plays like he's 6'2". That dude. I don't know, man. Kristaps Porzingis is a weird guy. I don't like him as a person and a basketball player, but that's besides the point. So the thing with Christian Wood though is, can he keep up the same pace? Because admittedly, all these teams are kind of bad. All these teams that he played for were kind of bad. If not, they just didn't have the spot for him. I think that if Milwaukee was able to use Christian Wood the way he's been using now, like Giannis at the 5, Christian Wood at the 4, I think that this team would just be absurd. But the thing is, we just never got to see that. I think that Christian Wood's stats will be a little bit better for looking at this. So I think that Christian Wood is just, I think that he's going to replicate the same stuff, if not be a little bit better. Also, another thing is, Christian Wood could also maybe be an all-star this season. He could maybe be an all-star. But as like my final predictions, I think that they're going to be the 6th, 7th seed, as I said before. But I will not be surprised if they're like the 3, 4, 5. The only reason why I don't think that they're going to be the 1 or the 2 is because I think that a team like the Denver Nuggets and the team like the Memphis Grizzlies are just going to start guns blazing, and we just probably won't see them after that. So, yeah, not the playoff stats, but the players home. I'm just pulling up Christian Wood's little assist percentage or whatever. Where's Luka at? He should be around here. But anyways, it's been your boy Nehemiah, aka Neo, and I hope you guys are having a great one. I'm so gonna pull this up if you guys want to look at this. But yeah. Oh wait, this is gonna be the 2023 season. All right, we got JaVale McGee, Christian Wood. Also, this team has a lot of forwards. I didn't realize that. I did not know that. But I think that this team is just being set up in a really solid position. Is Maxi Kleber still on this roster? I can't remember if he got shit. No, he didn't. All right. Maxi Kleber needed to shoot way better. He shot horrible in that Warrior series. I did not forget about that. But can we check how much he like created for himself? I can't find it. Oh yeah, unassisted. All right. So essentially, a lot of his baskets. Well, the 3 pointer is obviously assisted, but a lot of his stuff is not assisted, which I think that that's probably gonna go. I think he's gonna go up actually. I think that the assist percentage is just gonna go up again. This is probably his most. This last season was actually the season where he like created his own shot the most, which is exactly what you really want from this guy. And honestly, if I were to really think about it, I think that's probably gonna go up. Well, the assist percentage is gonna go up. The unassisted is gonna go down because I think that Luka's just gonna put him in a little bit more better positions on the court. I think that just think about Luka and Christian Wood as Luka and Anthony Davis, or more specifically, LeBron James and Anthony Davis, depending on how they run their pick and roll. So yeah, that's been it for you. For me, it's been your boy Nehemiah K Neo, and I hope you guys are having a great one. Yeah, sorry for the rush video.